There's one plant that quietly outperforms most chemical fertilizers, revives dying crops, and fuels unstoppable plant growth. And yet most gardeners still walk right past it. That plant is comfrey. It's not just another leafy green, it's a deep-rooted nutrient miner, a natural compost accelerator, and a liquid fertilizer powerhouse that could replace almost every store-bought product on your shelf. Comfrey isn't your ordinary green plant. It's a nutrient accumulator, meaning its roots grow deep, sometimes up to 10 feet underground, drawing up essential minerals that most plants can't reach. These include nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and trace elements like iron and zinc. All of these nutrients are stored in its large, hairy leaves. When those leaves are decomposed or fermented, they release these nutrients in a form that plants can absorb instantly. This makes comfrey one of the most effective organic fertilizers you can ever use. It's like tapping into a natural mineral pump that keeps feeding your soil for free. And the best part? Comfrey regrows rapidly, so you can harvest it several times a year without replanting. Once you introduce it to your garden, it keeps giving, season after season. One of the best ways to use comfrey is by making comfrey tea fertilizer, a rich, dark liquid that plants absolutely love. Unlike compost teas that take weeks to prepare, comfrey fertilizer brews quickly and delivers a concentrated boost of nutrients that promote strong growth, deep green leaves, and abundant flowering or fruiting. Here's exactly how to make it. First, harvest fresh comfrey leaves, about 1 kilogram, or a little over 2 pounds. Next, chop them into small pieces to help them break down faster. Then, place them in a bucket or container with a lid. Add 5 liters, or about 1.3 gallons, of clean water. Cover and let it ferment for 2 to 3 weeks. Stir occasionally to release trapped gases. After fermentation, you'll notice a thick, dark liquid with a strong smell. This is pure plant food. Strain the liquid and store it in a container. When ready to use, dilute 1 part comfrey liquid with 10 parts water. Use this diluted mixture to water your plants at the base every 2 weeks. For leafy greens, it promotes lush foliage. For fruiting crops like tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers, it boosts flowering and fruit production dramatically. Gardeners who use comfrey tea consistently often notice faster growth and deeper green leaves within days. Comfrey doesn't just make excellent liquid fertilizer, it also works wonders as a nutrient-rich mulch. Simply cut the leaves and lay them directly around your plants. As they decompose, they release nutrients slowly into the soil, feeding your crops naturally, over time. This method is particularly effective for fruit trees, potatoes, and tomatoes. It keeps the soil moist, reduces weeds, and continuously adds organic matter. You can also tuck comfrey leaves into planting holes before transplanting seedlings to give them an instant growth boost. Because comfrey leaves are soft and break down quickly, they don't tie up nitrogen the way woody mulch does. Instead, they enrich your soil with nitrogen and potassium, exactly what most plants crave during growth and fruiting. Comfrey is often called a compost activator, and for good reason. It speeds up the composting process by providing the nitrogen needed for microbial activity. If you've ever had a slow or cold compost pile, just add a few layers of comfrey leaves and you'll notice the difference. Mix fresh comfrey leaves with carbon-rich materials like dry leaves, straw, or shredded paper. The high nitrogen content of comfrey balances out the carbon and gets your compost pile heating up fast. Within a few weeks, you'll have dark, crumbly compost that smells rich and earthy, perfect for feeding your garden. Adding comfrey to your compost also increases the final nutrient content, making your compost more potent. It's like giving your soil a multivitamin boost every time you add it. Comfrey is one of those plants that's almost impossible to kill. It grows best in full sun or partial shade and thrives in well-drained soil. Once established, it spreads fast, so it's smart to dedicate a specific area for it, preferably near your compost or fertilizer preparation zone. To grow comfrey, you can start from root cuttings. Plant each cutting about 5 centimeters deep in moist soil, spacing them at least 60 centimeters apart. Water well during the first few weeks, and soon you'll see strong green shoots emerging. Once mature, you can harvest the leaves 4 to 5 times a year. Always cut the leaves before the plant flowers for the highest nutrient content. Avoid planting comfrey in garden beds where you rotate crops. It can be difficult to remove once it establishes deep roots. Treat it as a permanent fertilizer source, not a rotating crop. The secret to comfrey's effectiveness lies underground. Its taproots go far below the reach of most plants, mining minerals that have accumulated deep in the subsoil for centuries. When you harvest the leaves and return them to the topsoil, you're recycling these hidden nutrients back into your growing zone. That's what makes comfrey different from ordinary compost materials. It's constantly mining and restoring the very elements that modern agriculture often strips away. In essence, every time you cut comfrey, you're bringing fertility from deep underground straight to your plant's roots. This natural cycle is what keeps soils fertile, balanced, and alive without relying on chemical fertilizers. For gardeners aiming for long-term soil health and sustainability, comfrey is nothing short of a miracle plant. If you've made comfrey fertilizer, don't overdo it. The liquid is very concentrated. Always stick to the 1 to 10 dilution ratio. 1 part comfrey fertilizer to 10 parts water. Using it undiluted can burn plant roots because of its high potassium and nitrogen content. Apply the diluted liquid directly to the soil, not on leaves, to prevent leaf burn and ensure nutrients reach the root zone. You can use it on almost all crops, from vegetables and fruits to flowers and herbs. For fruiting plants like tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers, comfrey tea enhances fruit size and flavor. For leafy greens like kale and spinach, it promotes lush, tender leaves. For flowers, it encourages stronger blooms and extended flowering periods. Comfrey can also be combined with other natural fertilizers for even greater results. Mixing it with banana peel tea, fish amino acid, or fermented plant juices creates a balanced, nutrient-dense organic formula that supports every stage of plant growth. You can also use comfrey extract in your microbial brews. When combined with yeast or molasses-based microbial fertilizers, comfrey feeds both the plants and the beneficial microbes in your soil, creating a living ecosystem that supports continuous growth. This is the kind of synergy that turns ordinary gardens into thriving ecosystems, where every plant flourishes naturally without constant chemical input. Once planted, comfrey keeps rewarding you. You'll never have to buy potassium-rich fertilizer again. You'll have your own endless source of green fertilizer, mulch, and compost activator, all from one plant that thrives on neglect. Every time you cut comfrey, it comes back stronger. Every time you add it to your soil, your plants respond with vigor. Few gardening plants offer this much return for so little effort. That's the true secret behind comfrey. It's the silent engine of organic gardening, turning waste into growth and soil into life. Comfrey is not just another gardening tip. It's a game changer. Whether you're nurturing a small backyard garden or managing a full-scale organic farm, adding comfrey to your system is one of the smartest moves you'll ever make. It's simple, sustainable, and unbelievably effective. If you found this guide helpful and want to keep learning powerful, natural ways to grow healthier crops and boost your garden's productivity, make sure to subscribe to Growth Hub's Central Crops. Don't forget to share this video with fellow gardeners so more people can discover the power of comfrey and grow the natural way. Your garden will thank you, and so will the earth.